Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of the Inner Health Project. I'm your co-host, Chris Angel, here with your fabulous host, Hannah Getty.
Hi, Chris.
Hello. We are picking up where we left off last time, feeling constipated. No, that wasn't the word. Congested. Congested and rashy from the last episode.
Stiff, painful.
Stiff, painful. Yeah, I don't have to keep with the skin conditions. So we were if you missed the last episode, we talked about the lymphatic system and ways that it can get congested and signs that you may have a congested lymphatic system, which fascinating to me. In all the years I've been reading and studying and doing healthy things, have not read anything on the lymphatic system. Lots of stuff on carbs, lots of stuff on fats, lots of stuff on exercise, stretching, blah, 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 but not much on lymphatic stuff. So yeah, super awesome that you're bringing this to the light.
Right. And it's all throughout your body and just like the circulatory system.
Yeah.
So it's going to affect your entire being, even your brain. So
yeah, let's refresh the problem just for if people did miss that. Let's just and then we can dive into some solutions, because this episode's all about how do we start to move the lymphatic system around and the lymph, as you say, how do we move it? So the problem, what are you seeing in terms of people who have a congested lymphatic system?
So a lot of times they'll be very stiff. They can't move their bodies very well. There's just a place in the body that just, no matter what they do, it never gets better. They could stretch, they could do exercises, they can get a massage, but it doesn't seem to be improving.
Yeah, that's good.
So this is an area that's just, it's congested. The lymph isn't moving. So the waste from all of your cells, metabolic happenings get stuck and it can't get out. They're just kind of damaging the cells a bit. Sometimes you can feel puffy or swelling or edema in there. So those are some signs. You might get some rashes or acne in the skin. That's a sign that the kidneys aren't filtering as well as they should be, and it's coming out through the skin more than your skin can handle. Your skin does eliminate some things, but if it's having to do more work than it's supposed to, it's going to get overwhelmed.
I think there, I love that we've been talking to those of you listening to this who are success-minded, like you're growth-minded. You're like, I have things in life I want to do, whether it's in your profession or your business, or if you're an athlete, or you have things in life to do, and you're very goal-oriented. You want to get there and get after that and do it. And sometimes there are these things that live under the surface that we don't think about, like our lymphatic system. We go to books and try to get ideas and strategies, but we don't often take care of our inner health as a way or a means to get there. So
right. And if your body's congested and you're not getting out the waste that you need to be getting out. I mean, think about when you eat food and you get constipated, how you feel.
Yep.
Well, just imagine that at the cell level.
I know it's hard to say. The cellular level. Yes, I know. I knew what you meant.
I mean, your cells have to eliminate their waste as well. But if it can't get out, if it's not moving through your body out the right channels, then your cells are going to feel it too.
Interesting that you could be eating healthy, right? And still, like you said, have some of these chronic or constant things that don't seem to get better. Like like my neck always hurts, or there's this thing in my leg, and you're like, I feel like I'm doing a lot of things. I'm working out, I'm eating right, and things still aren't happening. Then you might have something else that's happening at the cellular level, right?
Yeah. I mean, food plays a big part in how your body is able to metabolize things and get rid of waste and how your body operates. So that is one of the number one on my list of things that you can do to help improve your lymphatic system is to avoid inflammatory foods like dairy, grains, gluten for sure. And a big one that a lot of people love is meat.
Don't say it. Oh no, don't say it. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's no fiber in meat, so it doesn't move through you very well.
Right.
And then it creates more acid in your body that it just creates more inflammation as well. I mean, dairy and grains do too, but those are the big ones.
Hey, by the way, that was a great transition. You transitioned into that first thing. Like there's 5 things and you smoothly moved into that first thing. That was awesome transition. Yeah, yeah. So that first one, everybody, is the like the food you're eating, the stuff that Hannah just said. Like the first thing you can do to move the lymph is to look at the things you're eating and eat things that move, right?
And processed foods as well. I mean, those
are bad. Don't do those.
Yeah, we all know that, but you know, let's
we all know that, but we may still eat those
let's be
things.
Reminded.
Right? Okay, so that's great. So one of the things we can do to actually get that lymph moving is not put stuff in that causes the lymph to not move, but then also putting things with fiber in there that helps our bodies move. Right. Yeah.
So because fruits, vegetables, a lot of fiber. Those are very good for you.
Yes. Yeah. And if I understand, I think here's what I think you're saying. Like, so the lymph system is throughout the body and it collects, you said in the last episode, it is your sewage system. So it collects the toxins and the things in your body, and then it moves it, to your bloodstream or your kidneys or somewhere to where it actually is going to exit your body.
So it'll move it to the lymph nodes first.
Okay.
And then in the lymph nodes, there's microbes that kind of break down the acids a little bit more. Yep. And then from there, it moves, it can move out through the skin a little bit, or the main elimination channel would be through the kidneys, out through the kidneys.
Okay. So, and anything through like the intestines, like does anything come out that way too? Or is it just all kidneys?
That's more like your food is processed and going out through the intestine. But if you're not moving, if you're not getting the waste of the food out, you're going to reabsorb the stuff that your body doesn't want.
Got it.
So then your lymph system has to move that out.
All right, good. Super helpful. Okay. All right. Got it. Yeah. So the first thing is food. What's the next thing?
The next thing would be, so sweating, like I said, the skin off gases a little bit. Stuff comes out the pores. Sweating is very good for you. It helps detox your body, and it helps the lymph system get those toxins out through you do have a lot of, lymph throughout your whole entire body. There's a lot in the skin layer. Okay. And so that's right at the surface. So it's an easy pathway for it to get out. Right. So if you go take a sauna, heat your body up a little bit. Exercising is good when you sweat a little bit. So if it's really difficult for you to sweat, try heating yourself up like a sauna. Or you can take a hot shower and then alternate it with cold, hot and cold, back and forth. Yeah. Actually help the lymph move. Since your lymph system doesn't have a pump like the blood, and the lymph kind of will go along the same pathway as the blood. So when the blood dilates and constricts, it kind of massages the lymph vessels. They're long. They're like, the lymph is like the lymph channel, or the lymph vessels are kind of like the long veins and arteries in your body as well. So they're kind of getting massaged along with the expansion and contraction of your veins. I
saw this. Tony Robbins has a video, a movie on YouTube called "I Am Not Your Guru."
Oh, I saw that.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
I loved it. It was really good. But he talked about there was an image where he a scene where he had this like round pool, and I think he has one at every one of his houses, and it's like not much wider than his shoulders, but it's just a 6-7 foot deep pool that's cold water, 65 degrees. Yeah. And he goes and he plunges and comes back out like it's part of his daily ritual. And all he does is plunge for a couple seconds and get back out. But that cold plunge, I heard like actually makes your lymph like purge toxins. Yes or no?
Yeah, that cold will, it's very alkali. Like cold is a very alkalizing thing. So it's going to help if you got like a lot of acid in the body or over acid toxins, that's going to create more inflammation, which is hot, which is heat. So the cold kind of helps balance that out. And it's going to help move the lymph. Wow. So that back and forth between hot and cold. Yeah. A lot of times I'll tell clients if there's a certain area in a muscle that's really bothering them to do cold and then heat and then cold. And that kind of helps move the lymph. Interesting. So in a more mechanical way. Yeah.
I've heard people talk about, ice and heat and stuff, and I just never understood why, but that's why that's why it's happening, right?
Yeah. So with the heat, the blood's going to come in and expand the area. And then with the cold, it kind of constricts it. So
and
it's
pushes
kind
the
of
toxins out.
Yeah, in a way,
right?
it'll help kind of massage the lymph system.
Okay. Yeah, to get things moving.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah.
So cool. I love it. So I love it. I'm like, I get my own little like private session with you about geeky stuff like lymphatic systems. I love it. So good.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 2 is just reiterate. Number 2 then is your sweating.
Yes. You want to sweat. So.
Okay. Okay. What's number 3?
And I did kind of talk about the heat, the hot and cold. So that would be number 3 is the
oh, perfect.
You can alternate between hot and cold.
We got a twofer in one conversation. We got
I
number
just can't
2
stop
and
talking.
3. We got 2 and 3 done at the same time. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so number 4 would be some light exercise. So because your lymph system doesn't have its own pump, like the blood has the heart to pump it through it. The lymph has to rely on the other things in the body, like the movement of your muscles and the movement of the blood vessels around it to help move it through the channels or through the blood vessel or the lymph vessels. So light exercise just could be stretching, it could be some really gentle yoga, just moving the entire body, moving your joints around, getting up, taking some stretch breaks if you work at a computer, doing some range of motion, like you can do this with your hands, with your ankles. It doesn't have to be real strenuous, just moving your body. You know, like if you wake up and you feel stiff.
Yeah.
So that is your lymph, because you've been sleeping all night. So your lymph hasn't been able to move to where it needs to go. So when you get up and you kind of move yourself around, you start to feel better. You're automatically doing what you need to do to kind of get your lymph moving in the morning. So intuitively, you already know what to do.
I feel like, I feel like in that we make up stories. Like this is the place we got to get careful, because I feel like we start making stories about why that is. Like I'm getting old, or there are old people who are super flexible. They don't have this problem. But
you don't have to, you don't need to. Getting old does not require you to feel pain and get stiff. I mean, you can be limber and you can feel just as good as you do when you're in your 20s. So I hear that a lot too. I'm like, I'm just like, no, you're not. It's not. Getting old to not feel like that.
I actually, you know what that made me think? It makes me think of this too. So I'm 42. And, you listening to this can think that's old or young, whatever you want to say, like, 42, that's, and then fill in the blank. But the thing about it is, I do notice, like, in building a business, like in my 20s, I'm like, oh yeah, burn it, build it, burn it, build it. Like, I built it and then it didn't work, or I burned it to the ground and I started something new. And when you're younger and full of vigor, it's like, oh, no big deal to start a business and then start another one and carry like 50 businesses on your shoulder. I mean, you just have this energy about it. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, man, like, I don't want to keep trying to build a million different things. Like, I want to focus in on certain things. And I notice it's an energy issue. Like, I don't have the energy to just try to do a ton of things. I really want to focus in on the things that matter. But I think in that conversation of energy, like, having as many assets in my corner as possible, like this lymphatic system has been a super interesting conversation for me, because there are ways to keep my energy high, even if I don't want to build 50 businesses, but keeping my energy high will aid me in performing my best. So.
Yeah. I mean, if there's energy in the lymph movement too. There's energy in the blood movement.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Things aren't free to do what they're supposed to do.
Right.
They get congested or stagnation and constipated, and you maybe not always will feel it as pain, but eventually it's going to catch up with you, and it's going to zap your energy, and you're not going to be performing at your highest level, and eventually you're going to be feeling like you're just closing in on yourself, your body's getting stiff, and you have all these dis-ease in your body and in your mind, and you just can't be that best version you want to be for the world, for your family, for your business, for your athletic ability. So that is really going to hinder you in your life. So true. So true. So good. So we've gone through
There's a couple more, right? Do we have?
I think we did 4. So the last
What's 4 again? Wait, give me 4 again. Was
so we did eating good food, or
yes,
eating,
okay,
more fruits and vegetables. We did sweating, have a sauna.
Yep.
Alternating between hot and cold.
Yep.
Light exercise was
exercise.
The 4th
one. 4. Yep. Okay.
Yep. And then number 5 would be you can come and get a massage.
Yes.
So, if we can work on specific areas, like the trigger points, those are areas that might need some more circulation. But also I do another type of massage, Thai yoga massage, which is, if you don't like to do yoga on your own, I can put you in the poses and you just lay there and I do all the work.
Nice.
I like to call it lazy man's yoga.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of stretching. It's a lot of range of motion. It's passive movement. So a lot of times when you're moving or exercising, you get that buildup of lactic acid in the muscles. But when I'm doing it for you, you're not having to use that muscle as much. So you're just relaxing, and then I'm moving the lymph through the muscle movement and through the range of motion. We do a lot of compression, and that'll also help move the lymph in the direction it needs to go. So it's a very relaxing but energizing type of massage, and it's over the clothes. So if you don't like oils, we can, no problem. So
that's really good. Good to know. I love that. It's so good. Like, the lymphatic system, this thing that I just have not heard about, like how, I just wonder how much that has been a contributor to different things in life over time. But I also love that you just gave us a total brutal honesty, if you will, about, the impact. If we don't take care of that, it really spills into all sorts of areas of performance, whether it's with our family, our creativity, our work, all of it. It's really good.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of focus on, like, are you getting enough nutrition? But what about, are you eliminating the waste? Like, even if you get the good nutrition, are you absorbing it? Are you utilizing it? And then are you eliminating what needs to be eliminated? So let's just kind of work backwards from elimination to nutrition.
Yeah, exactly. And I think one of the easiest places to start is, I mean, like, look, you asking me to give up bacon is really, it might be a harder place for me to start, right? But starting at a massage, that's an easy place. It's not only an easy place to start, it's enjoyable. Like, massage is very relaxing. We've had multiple episodes in the past where we've talked about massage as a gateway to, like, your mind opening up into what's next for you. So, so if people want to schedule a massage with you, Hannah, or connect with you, what's a great place to go?
You can go to innerhealthproject.com. You can find out more about me there, watch all the latest episodes of the Inner Health Project. And you can find me on YouTube, Inner Health Project on YouTube. And I also have a Facebook group, the Inner Health Project. You can search in the group will come up on Facebook as well. And you can message me on there, and we can start a discussion. You can tell me any topics you'd like to talk about.
That'd be super cool. So, I love it. Awesome. Well, Hannah, thanks for putting out great content in the world. I think this is what I want for the world, to have better content, great content that gets us really thinking, and you're an awesome person to do it. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Chris.